I have actually there are 2 pending questions.
Oh, 2 pending questions. Wow.
Yeah.
Where did you get these from? Were they on Twitter? Or?
The forum.
Oh, the forum. Okay.
Okay, so we can start off with this. Do you know what led to the choice of using a custom engine, or the one that you did? And
yes, I know that back when this first started to get
wait.
Oh.
So that was a codec from my from a Steam overlay because I'm being hosted, and that shouldn't be making sound. So I'm just gonna remove it completely.
Okay.
Because it's disabled and it shouldn't be making sounds at all. So I don't know why it's making sounds in this scene, but whatever.
Weird. Okay. The decision to go with an internal engine for any company is actually really, really simple. For the most part, external or third-party engines are expensive. You have to pay money for them, and not just you have to pay money for them. You actually have to pay quite a lot of money in some cases, where you've got the you've got 2 deals effectively at the time before Unity and Crytek and Epic all started fighting each other for people to use their engine. You had basically 2 deals: either payment up front, which was quite expensive, and then virtually no payment back on royalties or on money earned from the game, or percentage of what you earned, which was always higher. So people who were short on cash usually took the second option, but people who had a lot of cash would take the first option and hope that they didn't lose too much money for it. So that's the main reason why anybody uses an external engine. The simplest one. The next most complicated is, well, the next easiest even, is that you can make the engine whatever you like.
Okay, I'm supposed to go down.
Yeah, you're supposed to go down. You can make the engine whatever you like when it's yours. You can have as you're not sort of stuck using other stuff. It does take longer, but by the end of it, you end up with an engine that is completely focused on what you wanted to do. So there's those issues. Then there's being beholden to a third party as well. So not only are you using their engine and giving them money, but if their engine breaks or goes down or doesn't do something, or if they don't have a good conversation with you, then you can lose out on quite a lot, because it's easy to get to a certain stage using a game engine. Getting past that midway point, or that kind of just past the 1/3 point, which is what most people get to. If you so if you have a bad conversation with them, and you could be left without support for your engine. So there's a lot of considerations to it, and at the time as well, we had we didn't have Unreal 4. Like, we didn't have the development kit. It wasn't out in 2014. It just wasn't. So we went with the engine because it would do all of the things that we wanted to do, and it was just the best choice for us, basically.
Okay, cool. That's a pretty extensive answer.
Just a bit of background knowledge, effectively, for people who've never been in development, basically.
Yeah.
There's a lot of considerations with things like this. Why people don't choose an engine is also because of time, because we had quite a lot of time building up this engine, specifically the renderer, actually, and that meant that we could.
Having trouble understanding where I'm meant to go. It's pointing at the. Oh, it's pointing at the thing. Okay, lovely. My favorite. Vents, when the alien is chilling in the vents as well.
So yeah, we had a lot of time actually to make this engine the engine that we wanted it to be, which is actually pretty rare. Actually,
Yeah.
you've got people who work on games for 2 years, and they just about get a cobbled together engine. So, we were quite lucky in that respect. I'll stop talking now because it ruins the tension.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just go real quick to the other question there was. How many passes does it take to render a scene?
Ooh, wow. If this was a film, obviously you talk about scenes. You talk about visuals like a single frame of animation or something like that. When you've got a game, it's a bit more difficult to quantify, but there are different things that come online, different parts of the game engine that come online at different times. So it won't have looked like this for a while, and in fact it didn't. It looked very white boxy. We had a lot of the assets, but not a lot of the textures.
I imagine it looks.
Oh, dude. I totally forgot he was there. So yeah, passes on a scene to make a scene is a difficult thing to quantify, but to get the gameplay right, to get everything that you wanted right, yeah, it was really tough, really tough.
I mean, I guess most games don't really look like the end product until like 2 months before they go gold. I mean,
yeah, and even going gold is 2 months before. If you're doing a boxed product, i.e., something with a box on a shelf, you go gold like 2 weeks after that. So 2 months after that. So you've got 2 months of producing a physical product, and you have to go gold 2 months before that process starts.
Which is, for people who aren't familiar, usually the time between going gold and being available for sale is usually the time people work on DLCs.
Under there. Yay. More scrap.
Because, you have a bunch of idle people, so...
Yeah. Or everybody panics. Everybody's panicking and trying to get the last fixes in before they do a day one patch.
For a day one patch, yeah. Am I missing something? No audio.
Ah.
Oh.
This is Lingard. Senior
Okay.
medical officer at Sevastopol Station. I want to
Thought I was killed or something. Just fade to black.
I want to state I have been placed under duress with regards to my patient Zero. And Ransom, Season's head of operations, he made certain threats for my career and my certification. I want that on record. God. That woman needed help. I didn't know what type of parasite she had encountered, but it had planted something inside her. I am so sorry. I had no way of knowing what would happen.
Okay, there is a locker here. How close are you? I'm moving pretty fast. I'm guessing he's in the vents.
Yeah, he's probably in the vents. When he's moving that fast, he's usually sort of stalking around in the vents.
One thing I... Okay, so we're not going there. Did that attract the alien? Fuck it, yes it did. No, there's little post-it notes inside.
Yeah. There is one which not a lot of people know about actually. If we see it, I'll talk about it, but I won't talk about it unless we see it.
Actually, was there a code here that I missed? Just want to check that real quick. Because I think I saw some number. Oh, that's just
it's
the
just
year.
the year.
Yeah, damn it.
Unfortunately, it's not that far ahead in time.
Oh, he's right in front. One thing I want to say that I really did like is the way you did the corrupted audio or video log. Because a lot of, games or movies in general, media. What was that?
Yeah, patients are asked to refrain from smoking.
Well, straight ahead. Oh, and coming here. What a lot of them do is, I will talk about this later.
Good call.
Now he's just walking there, and I only have one way because the fire blocked the other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. He's back. He really likes this room.
He does. He doesn't feel like he's really, been in a room.
Can the alien come up on you when you are crafting, hacking, etc.? I assume so.
Yes. The only thing that pauses the game is going to the map.
Oh my god, get the fuck out already, dude.
He is sure that there's something in here. He can't quite work it out. There's got to be something important. Nice.
Okay. Let me just check where I'm supposed to go. Search operating theater for trauma kit. So I have to go back?
There is... Well, the thing is, you came from down there.
Yeah.
Which was the room you just checked. Going left goes back to the way that you came.
No, I didn't come from left.
Oh, okay. I think you need to go towards these two rooms here.
Oh, right, because the fire is blocking it.
Yeah,
so I need to
you
go
were going
around.
that way. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Does the staff gallery have anything of use?
Oh.
Oh, he was behind me. Didn't realize that. Oh well. Saving the game, not trying to use save from the alien. I mean, it tells you if there's hostiles nearby. I'm guessing you can do a bad save where he's right somewhere there.
Yep. There have been there are times where he will walk up to you and just murderize you while you're saving.
Yeah, let's see how I can do this.
So you were saying about audio corruption and video corruption in games and movies.
Generally it doesn't have really. The thing is, because corruption is kind of outside of your control. In terms of when it actually happens, the amount of information you receive is completely random.
Yes.
But if you're doing a narrative work, it's more along the lines of how much information do you give the character, or give the player.
Yes.
And a lot of games, because they're too afraid that people will figure things out early, they just corrupt almost everything except a few words. Whereas this was good because, the things that are corrupted are things like sentences strung together, but you still get the most of the meaning out.
Yeah, I mean, there's that one occasion, obviously, where you've got
Come the fuck on.
We've got the Marshall waits thing right at the beginning.
Yeah.
That you send out a message and you don't get the proper message back. Which is nice because that's a very alien thing to do. That's a very aliens thing to do as well. You're not given all of the information, and even if you are, you're not given it at the right time. And it's you always find out afterwards that you're a bit fucked. So, I quite liked the fact that we did that. So. I think you can skip the video if you want to.
Ah, okay. That's why I didn't read the first time.
Yeah.
So he is running straight over here.
I don't know where he is.
He's standing still right now.
Probably. He got you like that once, so that's
It's somewhere nearby.
yeah. That's one of the cool things about having a motion tracker and not having a mini map, because if you look at other mini maps in games as well, they tend to have little things on it to make you aware of where enemies are and things like that. Whereas this is purely sound based. If you if you didn't hear the alien, if you didn't hear people talking, if you didn't hear the noise of the vent opening or closing, that's kind of your fault. But
He's
we give
coming
you
through the door.
yeah, but we give you the yeah, he's definitely
Yep, hear him.
oh, he's now just walking around.
Does he ever like rip through a hiding spot that's like not yours?
I was going to say yes. If there's two lockers next to each other and you hide in them and you hide in one of them really well, he can sprint into a room and just open up a completely empty one, and he'll look in it and he'll go,
That's good. That's
and
very
just
good.
close it.
I was wondering because at the other side you can see the little locker.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, that would be a good moment, like him just like going crazy and ripping something out, being like, oh, there's actually nothing
Sometimes when you piss him off, like if you he spots you and you hide, he spots you and you hide, he spots you and you hide, he'll get angrier, he'll get more aggressive, like he'll search things differently. But
he's staying still again. Motherfucker. I can hear his footsteps even.
luckily, the audio for going into lockers
doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Thank fucking
It
God.
doesn't count. I mean,
you had that in testing at what time that it did count, right?
well, basically, you had to attach things to audio makers, because the thing is that audio and a thing that produces audio for the AI are very separate things that you have to add together. It's not necessarily that every sound has to produce an audio thing for the AI.
Yeah.
So we went with the motion tracker, very, very close, produces audio, especially if you're in a locker like this. And we went with
Okay, let's try this.
and we went with obvious sound things. So
I'm gonna try something.
oh dear.
Throw it.
I think he
saw me.
might have done. I don't know. I think you might have got away with that.
I'm just staying here and just...
I think you might have got away with that. Somehow.
Maybe the fire obstructed vision?
Well, I mean, I thought that he'd actually dropped from the vent in the room that you were in.
Oh.
So I thought he was behind you and he was just going to kill you immediately.
Well, yeah, I was...
But I didn't want to freak you out. So.
Yeah, I was walking. I didn't want to sprint this time.
No, as in you were walking backwards into the room.
Yeah.
And I thought that he'd actually come down behind you. So...
Oh, I forgot to get the
map.
The map, shit.
That's okay.
Well, we know I need to go around here.
Yeah,
So
you have to go around.
here.
You have to go out here and to the right.
This is a really... Is this another really difficult section?
Um,
Oh, he's in the vents. Right above this room.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that the previous area was where people found it very, very difficult. Once they got through that key code door, and they basically it wasn't like a cavalcade of death. It wasn't like so many deaths and so many deaths and so many deaths, but it was a peak in the difficulty. This bit is the bit that most... I think that this bit is the bit that most broke people. I just get a feeling that it is. I'm not 100% sure about numbers or anything else like that because I don't know if we even could track that, like how far players got. You'd probably by achievements, maybe whoever has the most achievements and things like that.
Shit, he's gonna investigate the locker, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely curious about this room. But yeah, this section of the game,
Come on, we're really going right.
he knows the fires the other way.
He can go down the door across.
Yeah, he could go at the door across. Yeah, that's true. Well, he came out of there before. He walked out of there and then.
I think my best bet is throwing.
Oh, he's gone left.
How long though?
I don't know. I really don't.
I think my best bet might be throwing the noisemaker through the door.
Oh, hopefully he's not coming back. Oh,
Yes. Don't go in this room.
can you try and throw it behind him? Like over there?
He'll see me if he goes.
Not necessarily. Oh, he went through there. Maybe. Oh,
Oh, damn it. Well, that's me dead.
No.
I don't know how much he says, like how much he stays around the noisemaker. That's the thing. If he just stands in front of it.
Well, the noisemaker is like a good 20 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, but like, does he stand around it or stare at it? That's a problem. Because if he goes around it, I don't think I would have thrown it under an angle where he wouldn't see me completely. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you could try something different, which is you could try just literally throwing a smoke bomb.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that is the possibility.
Yeah, I should probably play with the smoke bomb a bit more.
Oh, this is one of those occasions where, you know, using up a med kit, not particularly useful right now. He's going to kill you no matter how much health you have.
Yeah, it's more like I don't want to really run into an android and be killed before
Oh,
save
yeah,
one.
that's true. And there is environmental hazards. If you walked into the fire, you would get hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, that bit there is. Really difficult.
Circular hallways are really difficult in this game.
They are and they aren't. You just kind of have to. With this bit, I don't think that there's a specific way of winning this bit. It's not like, oh, just do this one thing and you'll be fine. It's that things are difficult no matter what.
Now, here's one of the things we talked about after the stream last time, and we didn't really talk about it on camera, and that's the familiarity of horror. Because right now, we've reached a point where I'm familiar with the alien, and it's no longer being like a horror thing for me. It's being more like a puzzle thing right now. And I feel like that's just like a general, like we talked, problem with horror in video games. Because when they go long enough, you become familiar with them, and you become familiar with the formula.
Well, there's the other thing, of course, which is that yes, you do become familiar with the formula, but when you're watching a movie, for example, you've got the kind of you watch it once, and yes, you become familiar with it once you watched it once. But with a movie, you're only supposed to consume it for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, whereas with games, you like if you don't spend like 8 hours on a $60 game, people feel ripped off.
Yeah, I think it's the variety of experience that really sort of does well with horror. So if you read, I don't know, a creepypasta thing, you'd go, ooh, that's a bit chilling. But then if that was the only thing you read over and over and over again, and you'd be like, oh, this thing again, that might be a problem with us, a problem with, you know, once you know something, anything that's scary, it's easy to become scary.
Yeah, which is why like good horror franchises frequently change up their formula, like Resident Evil does it.
Yeah, I mean, this changed up the formula for Alien games.
Nope, didn't press the wrong stick. Press the right stick instead of the left stick.
Ah, no.
Okay. Okay, so I looked. As Boy says, I looked at some concept art for Alien Isolation, and the alien had the classic Geiger double thumb and paired finger. In that particular death, the hand comes over you, and it doesn't have those particular features. Was the alien designed tweaked to not have those features? And I'm sorry, I'm a huge alien nerd.
We looked into everything we could about the design of the alien, from Geiger's original sketches to stuff that we actually got from Fox. Thanks, Fox. That was really good stuff. We got 2 terabytes, like I said, of data, photos and logs and talking about stuff. And the things that we could pin down about the alien is that it's a genetic parasite.
Yeah.
So what it does is it uses the information gleaned from the host.
Yeah.
It obviously has a certain structure, it has a certain form, but this alien is not the previous alien. The aliens that you see in Aliens look very, very similar, but you don't have time to pick out the differences between them. They could have very subtle differences, like the way that the tubes in the back are pointing, the length or thickness of the tail, the particular finger combinations. These are all like genetic traits that they would have inherited from the host. So even though it's very, very similar, like everything's very similar, it's not going to be identical. And don't apologize for being an alien nerd. That's totally fine. I mean, I think it was you, Scumboy, who actually asked whether the alien had that transparent cranium or not.
Yeah.
So
he asked a lot of good franchise questions.
that's true.
Shit. Problem is, I can't exactly hear.
You will hear it when it goes off, but I don't know how much use it's going to be, because it'll just go poof.
It's more for a pursuit thing. If I started riding to brake line on side.
That might have been it going off. I don't know if that was it going off or it was just a thumping noise from the alien. Yeah, so I mean, like I said before, we kind of used bits of the different alien designs from Aliens and from Alien for our alien, and we kind of mixed them together to whatever seemed best. I mean, the normal alien in Alien doesn't have like backwards facing legs.
Yeah.
He's just a dude in a suit. They didn't get that particular thing because they didn't have a lot of money in '79, and it wasn't like super big budget.
Can't tell whether he's close or not. Oh well, let's risk it. Oh my god, he is fucking right there, standing. Yep. He sounds upset.
Yeah. I would get ready to pull the correct stick back, not the right stick,
Yeah.
just the correct stick.
Yep, he's walking to the left. I think I heard the door close.
Yeah, the door definitely closed, but where he is, I don't know.
He's on motion trackering.
You can also hide under the table, the bed there, the gurney thing.
Okay, he seems to be all the way over there.
Which way is he gonna go? I don't know where the hell he is. backwards into rooms. Oh, he's coming around, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, just a word to the wise: don't walk backwards into rooms. It's a bad idea because you're doing what people in
Horror movies do.
well, not just people in horror movies, people in alien movies have done. They walk backwards, going definitely over there, and just like puts a hand on their shoulder and they're done. So.
I'm just trying to use stereo sound to figure out which side he's on. Oh, he's coming in this room.
Yeah,
oh my god, fuck off.
He's definitely preparing to be in the room. Well, the thing is that the alien is a predator, and everyone's like, oh well, you know, he couldn't possibly do that. He couldn't possibly sense
No,
these
when I
things.
say
Like,
fuck off, I don't mean I'll like, oh god, really? He knows I'm here?
Yeah.
Wow. It's more like, oh fuck the fuck off, get off my case.
yeah,
It's more like that.
I want to get through this, please.
Okay.
Okay, I think he's gone around the corner. I don't know how much time you'll have though. You might want to noisemaker it over in the corner, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're over here. I don't know what to do.
And I forgot the map again.
Okay, there's a corridor to your left, but if you keep going round here. Right, go somewhere in there. Oh,
oh my god, where's the key card?
sorry, I'm not going to tell you. That is a really long noisemaker. So.
Okay, the key card's not here.
So there's another
Room down there.
just literally below you,
Yeah.
as in next to here, and there's a corridor there, and there's another room, I believe there or there. Yeah, there's a sort of.
Well, I can try towards the fire. Go in, go in.
The cup fell down as well.
Does that make noise?
Nope.
Okay.
We had all these things that was just like, does any of these things make noise? And it's like, would it be a dick move if this thing made a noise? Yes. Would it be reasonably realistic that this thing would make a noise? Yes. And it's like, okay, fine. The motion tracker is a thing that you
Oh, fuck off. He's just gonna investigate this, isn't he?
It's also how he holds his fingers as well.
Yeah, okay, so he continued that way.
Yeah.
Ah, boy. Shit. Yep, I'm fucked.
Quick.
I'm trying.
Oh no! Damn it! Damn. Damn.
Well, it was a valiant attempt.